This is the flight manual in Acrobat Pro. In InDesign, the last thing I do when all of the chapters are correct is I print the book to a PDF. And what that does is it exports all of the chapters into a PDF file. And if you look up at this section right here, it says there are 413 pages. So what I'm looking at is the master table of contents, which I've created here. It's a separate chapter, just like the rest in InDesign. And this is hyperlinked. You can see when I move my cursor on top, I get the hand. It's hyperlinked to take me to these chapters. And this works in Goodreader on an iPhone or an iPad. What I also have open here on the left are the bookmarks. When I'm in InDesign and I print to PDF, I have some choices, many choices. One of these is whether I want to create the bookmarks or not, and whether I want to create hyperlinks or not. Now, how this works is I simply click on one of the chapters on the left and it takes me to that particular chapter in the book, and this is security. Now I can go ahead and click on one of these items in the table of contents and it takes me to that section in the book. So that's how you can move around. Now in Goodreader, that opens PDFs on an iPhone or an iPad. All of these hyperlinks that were created in InDesign work via touch on the iPhone or the iPad. So all of that is really handy. So I've got the master table of contents. I have other sections here that you click on and will take you to those chapters as well. So let's go back to the InDesign file. I'm just going to quit out of this. Okay, so here is my InDesign file now, and taking a look at the book panel. Again, I'll show you that I have the 4 chapters open, and that shows in the tabs up across the top here. These are the different sections that I can move around, and I can also choose which chapter I want to take a look at under the window menu at the very bottom. Okay, different ways to get to these chapters. So for now, I'm just going to move the panel out of the way so we can see what we have going on here. Now for each of the chapters, I've got master pages designed. I have the A master, the B master, and the C master. What I'm looking at right now, and you can tell because it's highlighted here, this is the A master, and this is the master that's on every page, unless of course I choose to hide the header and the footer. Now this header and footer is on every page in every chapter unless I specify it. It has the company name across the top, and this is a general operations manual versus the general maintenance manual, the other manual that I put together. At the bottom here, I've got 5-A and the name of the chapter, the name of the file, which revision this manual is, and then the date that this revision has taken place. And you can see I have the page numbering on the outside on the left and the outside on the right. Now this manual will be printed on paper as well as printed to the PDF. And when it's printed via paper, you can see that the pages are facing left and right. And when it's printed to PDF, I can choose to print that in a continuous strip from top to bottom in single pages. So that's pretty unique. So here is the master page. Here is the master B page. And what I've done here is basically saved different pieces to these documents, just so I know what the paragraph styles are, what the table styles look like. You can see that multiple columns with different dates, centered text versus left aligned. So all of these are set up as paragraph styles, and I'll show you this in just a moment. Now the next master that I have is a master C, and what this is left page left, or page left blank, and I have a left page and a right page. Now what this capital A here means is that I have an A master page, and I've applied the A master to this C master. What's on the C master is simply this part, this page left blank. Now the way that you apply master pages to blank pages is you simply select that master and then you drag it on top of the page in the book. And I'll show you, I've got this third chapter here. If I scroll down to the bottom, I can see that there's a C here. So this is the C page, page left blank. And so this is a good opportunity to show you how I create this C master. If I wanted to simply apply the A master, I would click on the A master left and I would drag it on top of that page, and now it's an A master page. Actually, if I click down here, it's the A master page. Now if I choose the C master and I click on this and drag it down below, now you see the C, and you could see that these these line returns showed up, and it says this page intentionally left blank. Now hopefully what you can see here is I've got some ruler guides set up, and I've got the paragraph marking that shows, and I can see spaces between the words, and I can see these number symbols and paragraph returns. I can turn that off by clicking up here. So what I'm looking at is the normal view. If I choose preview, then you end up looking at these pages without any of the guides showing. But if I go back to normal view, now you can see the guides again and the different paragraph markers. And if I zoom in closer, you can see better what I'm talking about. These are returns, and these are spaces between the words. This allows you to really check the formatting. If something looks funny from a distance, you can zoom in and take a look a little bit closer. Now, even though the footer is on the master page and I can't change any of these texts, see, when I try to drag something down here, it doesn't allow me to actually make a change. And that's because this text resides in the master page only. So what you see down here, these double arrows, these are the tab keys, and this is the end of a section. Now I just created a text block, and so what I want to do is select that and press delete. And I could also close without saving. So you can see when I zoom up closer, you can see that much of this text is plain, but there are some areas that are bold. And this is noted in the bold lettering is noted in character styles, and the rest of this formatting is set up in paragraph styles. So let's go ahead and take a look at, let me zoom this out to see both pages. So I'll go ahead and close the Pages panel for now, and I'll open up the paragraph styles.